This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Hi Boadu TV, yaba mo nyina akwa from Braso. Na Ivan Chi ene ya Titi bia sie ni nyina ne saboro nya DC ene MPP fo ntokwa no omo ne Kennedy ne wuntumi nti Kennedy aboronye versus was yama mo nyina akwa ba Hi Boadu TV yaba so why first and was subscribe na Ivan Chi ena ne wafaya woni ya Titi dia fa abronye DC woni chama wuntumi a mo ene Kennedy akompre ko Japan ayeko gidi omo ne ku gidi na wo kire se wo hwe de ekoso na MPP fo na nasoso abronye so na sebisebio wo te ho na wodi nzempo wo esi nkwara so asai senior high school girls yo ma ya to the extent say come enye DStv for adoma fa some George marketing manager na we promo be you 3 weeks new yes say omada yin say hwram na yeti
omudi ne ho fewo ana say the media publicity no munya and na no pa yete ha use the whole TV to discuss to them advert marketing tool omonya because you bo omudi for free, they are not paying. You understand? Because say Donald Trump o share ne name na say no say okọ your friend is saying any of the big newspaper like Washington Post say I'm find a picture to any money we mana they will charge him around $100,000 but Okono can say who carry free. If you read one of his books it's funny, so I think that is a strategy, free advertisement and or more enjoy. But yeah, I think me issues we very often may share from a very different angle. I think all these things are happening because of weak institutional framework sure. All things being equal, and yes, some George and DStv and there's more a battle this particular thing in the public square. Senkaya war proper framework structures in our foreign companies winning as a for backroom they are regulated within the perimeters of these frameworks. I am not sure you'll be here because pricing regime, pricing modalities, everything will be clearly spelled out. What we need to do, what I want to mean, all these things will be clearly spelled out. But Enam said, you have a weak institutional framework. Now, you employ any strategy and be available just to evade the system and win. In the course of this negotiation, DStv for a can't be and I mean who so be a cratin TV so I can't want them that. Abraham some judge and negotiating, they told him, say, Onjai, not current price no more, engineer, no mum, I'm a prophet, you know, they will retain it in this country, I'm finding it in South Africa. Say, your mind, your dream, because you cannot go to any foreign, your friend say, another dispensation. Now, we come your business. We are profit at the end of the year, no. Now, what's this profit in your now to go room? Besides Ghana, for more America, UK, anywhere, say, so with me, only big company. Now, we are profit, whether they will allow you to push all the money back to Ghana. Nobody will allow you. Because Sikano must be in circulation for a very long time. About 3 years ago, me know on the other platform. Me can say, foreign companies back Kruma, not on by your business is no winner profit now. We should make a law say a certain percentage of that money should stay in this country for a particular year, and I said some months. So because as long as the money is in circulation, it boosts the economy. But MTN ba ye no the call, ShopRite ba no the call. Absa, but South Africa, we don't have companies that want to this Cabrain. Jesus Redeemer Church, Savior, Salvation, Sansim, Hununa, they call South Africa and America. They come here, they open ShopRite and then for making huge sums of money. Now, I'm what they call. And the finance minister called parliament, about GDP Ghana, across 1 trillion a year, boy, and some, because I said GDP, no, said, was in the woman. GDP na yebon kafu no enkra nya adwuma nya unkro still omo ye hia for ensuo ni na se for basic amenities you don't have it, but what provide the platform are these people are just harnessing your fans say marketing strategies will be just to make money, and they repatriate everything. We need to learn as people. So for them to point out, we are going to retain a certain percentage of our money here. It tells us it's something we should have thought about it and done long time ago, so that thing will not be their bargaining power. And they are no your bargaining power, because elsewhere that is what they are doing. No serious country anywhere will allow you. Yes, a free market space and a operate in a liberal environment, but come do the business, but don't take the money away at once, because MTN banner by end up when you na onye sika we no sell this profits no cost South Africa. Or no CD would do to go and top here. So they will change the money to dollars. I know the day usika na was over home buying was the cost. So I know the day one win and answer will lose. Exactly. But and you know there be a GDP kafu, but Ghana you know here. And I say one of the metrics I assess human development. Human development index. I know how we see why I better check it. Literacy level, economic well-being, or lifespan, and then as a form, for average Ghanaian, not such an access business, the human development index. Say the city, don't use the GDP, because the GDP will give you a very gross overview of the economy. Both and Nippon, no, those are foreigners. Your friends say, at the end of the day, they take their money away. So I think that these are some of the things that we need to do for DStv. You know, some of these things. Now, they will start here. I stand with Sam George. Okay. Because the pricing disparities, it was so huge, especially when no sensible explanation has been offered. Yeah, I understand we are operating a free market space. I will be a win determine will be so to see the price and as a form. But you see, some of these arrangements, we need to have such discussions, such bargaining way. Who said Ghana for yen short change your more and a Ghana for Ghana Mutiano and outrageous said yes in recent times. But you see, because this company is a multinational company, our branches elsewhere, whenever you are engaging them, you have to be very tactful, very circumspect, and very diplomatic in your approach. May some of these things and your social media, your friends are public square, your corner, and I'm a winner and I'm a loser. There are no winners, there are no losers in this whole thing. And you're Ghana for making sure say we get a proper testing for them. So I think the course of social media could have happened. Back door. Yes, because you see, and Nehemiah happened behind the scenes in governance, a such change they happen within the scene. Because the very moment you bring it up on a social media like this, the company will make sure that we don't get bullied. But the very moment we are bullied, other countries are going to use the same approach. So you cow down to whatever pressure be with them. Then Benin will start the same thing, because Ghana, because when we started it, we cited example that happened in Nigeria that got them to back down. And so we are using another approach, social media banter. Then Benin will also adopt similar tactics. By the time I realize now company no good, and no serious company will back down. And untina because our minister the statement about one thing. And for me, I think that is a win, whichever way you see it. And can you sign on sign this statement about want to say a promotion? Yes. The normal as you didn't plan to fail. Why can't you say a promotion? Then later they bring another statement saying yes, I know more kind of a promotion. Just say some kind of way. I don't know because they are enjoying what is happening. Because publicity now granted for them for free. You understand? So I think next time some of these approaches, we need to be very tactful, modest, and then your choice of words, that kind of way you're toning it down, because through diplomacy and way, we can achieve a lot. But when it comes public like this, nobody wants to be embarrassed in public. So what didn't say Muna didn't coffee now coaching anymore behind the scenes. But the very moment we did public and none for 4 students and we didn't tell one day be but nobody wants to be embarrassed in public for what I say. So I think such a negotiation, a larger part of it, should happen behind the scenes. Now, outcome should be communicated to people, and people will only. And then a lot of MPP we are also taking on to the other side. As he said, they are seeking to ridicule this whole thing, because the very moment you do some of these things, you inviting other people to also do politics and so forth. But in all that aside, I think there is a good fight. I will take it upon himself, because you see, governance, leadership, politics, it's all about seeking the welfare of the people. You understand? So at any point in time, say, or might be like your friend saying $35. Now say Ghana 8 over $89. I think that we need to come in and ask all the relevant questions. If they have reasonable justification, me sure say DStv provide here and can they but running around it means that they didn't have any explanation for it. You understand? So I think that Ghanaians were being shortchanged, and it's good the minister saw it and came in. Negotiated. Yes, you may not disagree with his approach, but I think it's a good cause, and other people should also learn. But for me, it's not about the minister, it's not about DStv. It is but a significant number of people are on the app fooling from morning to evening. A display near my say display. No serious app will allow you to show those things, nude pictures, sex pictures, and so forth. And obit me to try the sex pictures, no a kaboom, na afe. Exactly. And some of these things are happening. There are Quabranet or no friend my life now see you who know including the panties and everything. Not yet is my way home. I think the communication minister will have to look at TikTok and look at how I able to me I review or control some of the content. Me, I am not against any app. But Neemana air cost honor, we need to be very careful and make sure say Neema young no consuming the future that lies ahead are very dangerous. We cannot sit here and hide behind some of these things and no, there are those who are using it for good, but I think that other people are. Hey, so I'm for using it to fight their depression. Since we will be about the team about and will be our life. It's fine. So I think we have a lot to do, and I think that he has to avail his mind to some of these critical areas, because you see the social fabrics of our society, face a mortal threat in our country, and morals in your mind will be. The moral fabric and the moral foundation of our society has been torn apart. There is nothing to be proud of as a Ghanaian. And the churches that are supposed to teach values, that are supposed to teach principles, and now by magic, professor, human or more, or sorry, them. Nobody is teaching active values anymore. And this is fasting your social fabrics together as a country. A time will come. There will be no you to take anything. So I think that way, another President Kolanchi way, the cyber security way, no our way, and he made a lot of a very nice statement. And I think that young committed to some of these things, your freedom of whatever. But I think we need to be very moderative in our way just to ensure things we are pulling out for people to watch, a better idea, a bit me, a better in line with our culture and where we want to go as a country. Now, because so what you are now America Tennessee who said TikTok, the algorithm I feed America for the Neemana na omu show to them near Neemana essay or kid. Then they gave them ultimatum. Either you sell the company to us or we ban you. Back and forth, and then America, TikTok America has been bought from Dance Byte. I'm not the owners, and then it's owned by Americans. The back end access everything, so they are going to decide which content they show to their people. You understand? So we may not have the money to buy TikTok Ghana, but I'm sure we need to have this. I'm not mentioning other apps. Yes, in Semunukoso, but TikTok is worse. It's worse. So I'm urging the minister and the government to say, I'm for monensi form. Now I don't say monensi so more threatening president near best near base. I TikTok so I think we need to be very moderative in our approach and ensure some of these things, we straighten it.
All right, Nelson was say share volume no man. Okay, admit share volume no. Na Nelson increase also phone no na share there. Shawal no was say. Okay. Where is Listo one and Akusipoku? What's what the assembly? Stephen Joe, I say, please also we will summon him to God. Ebenezer Mokto, I say, Miss Ivan, please welcome back. How are you doing? You will be my lawyer because I will see you class media soon. Hey, Ebenezer, I was trying to you know Oscar, Yabua, or see Innocent, good morning. Joe, so Stephen Joe, or see Innocent, good morning. Where is Brasolo? Will be son as if you who and the critical. Benjamin, so or show free, Kuwait, and also watch here. Good morning. But your check volume no mame. Na Nelson, so check your phone no mame. All right, and see. Baby, I yes in the Yafa way and to us once and a call. Beef now. I started a war a wooden move for no. I know I was wanting wood and I'll do them. All right, Innocent. I think 3 days ago, video no me who over the weekend, but I think 3 days ago yana GS a take decision on it. Ma KNUST senior high school assistant headmaster open ketwade enti wakofa akwada ketwa je say wutimu say wone na twempena bum enya asem ketwa miemi akode ya na we akwada no mom na na etwa selfie no owe a direction na ona no etwa selfie na headmaster no so feely enti the whole issues surrounding this thing. Emma, is it people na okwatena Adum TV guys?
I think so.
Wabepacho.
I see he was taken out of context.
Ever say some no Thursday no when anytime I'm in one question as I no make his comment no. So on the video na na concession I say 2 adults.
16
years adult. Just I mean, you know what I'm saying. So
I think that is very embarrassing. But some of these things, should not come as a surprise. Reflect the society we live in and how I compromise on morals, principles, and values. You see, I very hypocritical people. When some of these things happen, then I'll be various. There been group, women group, why advocates, who advocate, springing up, speaking. As if we don't know, said these are the things happening in our schools. And then as a forum, morals. Ya compromise it. Ya first values, principles. And nipa ni shame biem. And they say some of these things. Oh blame akra na enye me. I cannot blame akra. Because you see, so what study human nature when they get to that particular age, that is when they look for affection. Until akra say secondary school level, because so hormones in as if we were at that level, no, they become so radical sexually. They are looking for obi. Just to pat them in the back and give them all the accolade that they need. And you don't know they are that age, they were ready for everything. But who, as a headmaster now, we are mature when you should know, sir, in the first place, Accra below 16 years.
Yeah.
And there is nothing like you have say consensual or consensus be anybody because you cannot broker a deal with a minor. So that is a no-go area.
Yeah.
And then to look down on that and then go to the extent of akranete or nansina or the camera here we na headmasters or degree or dey one who nyansa who say akrano video na or video no dia sembaba and not video room na oh yeah so what a chance that is abraba obono no
you should buy
oh yeah and once abraba obono no enti ono a common but very often so move video na e ma bonten enti he safe for that enti we no niti na anyeye e na ba bonten and akofa asemaba and I think that GS among the statement about for me it's not enough. You see on my way how nyina say we are very reactionary people, knee jacking kind of way. There are teachers among the school for anyem. There are teachers secondary school among students there are public record open free events opa one day be a lie to na catch a Ghana for say wow secondary school teacher ni nyem oba frɛ when you are over about 20 cases, because then the kokosi what I say, and the system is so compromised to the extent that way above one thing I can South school now parkum go and do research that you know say a nema a cost and as either say a new be I'm gonna judge school what na fear now a it's still ongoing because there are no punitive consequences for some of these things. Other way you don't just sanction him, you prosecute him.
Yeah.
The GS statement no the buy no he should be telling us measures are just to ensure that they collaborate with the police to ensure he's prosecuted.
Because no am say gender minister is calling for his arrest.
Exactly. So Banka GS should have been proactive enough but for them they so as an institution we are that is enough and obi commit a crime you don't wait for the police in as well you can take the issue to the police. You understand? So these are criminal issues I think that we need to handle it with a certain sense of urgency. I better communicate it loud to people out there. Say, our responsibility as a teacher. Your job isn't just to teach students their subject, whatever they are learning, but also just to impact positively the core values and then as for how you can impact all these things in them. So it is not way to take advantage. Senka Krana the 16 or the 18 years a cry. And I'm saying he's under your care, crying, you're not supposed to do that. But then it is happening everywhere. And now call you mama, National Service for Abai. The amount for the money. and obi hano and tisa bruchira omunya board ko report it and the hano so obi ho your friend said that sexual harassment causing various adwuma na asefo to the say and asofo okwa asore dem a obekọ asore ba ko na ma na moto nwum no sofo ba ko no obi ada na obi ya abortion akositia. It is happening right under our nose. We cannot pretend it's exactly. Obekọ asore sofo ma mete anim ho ne buafu ni nyina because onimomo ni kunu no moda. Ndo moto nyom na obi ani age na wo mu na woni tim because the akoso nyina wonim. What I say? So
obekọ na sa maya no kra na esa.
Anananka. Yes. Ni kunu prana ye de omo nenam hotels na na se for nom. So yeah, the fact of the matter is the social fabric na ye moral we ni nyina abreki. And obi e dey offer for money. And this na politicians the office dey all ye nyina just to make money. Onya sika ni we no so nkra mai we na not manfo titi omo to social media dey omo titi office na omo dey campaign time. Ote dey na MPP for manfo be kan say during campaign time na omo na omo ended at the hotel. So these things are entrenched way are happening right now in our society. It happen nothing happens. So I think that you use this particular case as an example. Me say akra na di 18 years na teacher ni na di 60 years na say onye school ni na wona na koka na wate ase a wonfo momra bia whatever and then that is up to you when no because mu nyina mo ye adult obi anyini but obi o ya minor only 18 years emra no making it quite clear and she's under your care. You don't take advantage. You understand? Because some of these kids, you know, normally ayamuko school challenges wo both financial whatever and onye teacher ni say in this regard, especially when it comes to achadian keten and asefo no ma. But at this age, you know, nyansa na instead ni hosa, they may fall for some of these things. At the end of the day, no, okwanyem na kwakwaya asem for what I say. So I think that the gender ministry, you know, near my in some market council is happening. They are aware, and the ministry is on for better also. I think they need to activate certain your friends saying we be a betimi aboa momo ayes anema we nyina opa let them high obi obeye the particular investigation for them across some of the secondary schools, selected secondary schools, and some of these cases are yenya kura benya more than 1,000. So why are we pretending as if said this is a novelty? It's something that is right here with us, and it's happening even within ministries. If we tell you gender ministry or ABC or what I say. So I think we need to take a certain principled position as people say. These are some of the things we front on. You cannot take advantage of somebody because the person is a minor, because the person is poor, because the person is seeking employment, because the person is no. Obi obe take advantage of people in this particular way. No, that person is a criminal and must be dealt with. And yet, abanya juma na wode buy a bargaining chip to sleep with somebody, and as I would be influence will be in this particular regard. And again, a man for more circulating these videos on social media now, and also the communication minister will also have to come in. US ne UK ne other people are. Obeti say you say Bema be akoto oba bi mona. But oba no hu no da. Because these are things that a Bible and forever a cell life. So people are circulating a cracket on the video. This is a crowd only 18 years old. So forever no, it's going to be a dent on her. And people keep on circulating these videos on social media. And we allow some of these things just to stick. It's the reason why I'm saying, sir, we need to control various social media platforms because some of these things, no, by your crack, Mamuze Bima Kata headmaster and him, a crown no ya crack to an alive. And then what I say at this age, there are certain things that you may do or you don't even realize the implication, the consequences, but it's going to haunt them forever. If you are not careful, this Accra way, a very difficult so proper marriage in her life. And obi okra they will be scared now to the sense on timi ware biem because kroma no nobody will give you counseling because maka just akra born na we will not pay attention, and if care is not taken no utenye ekro bi kwa kwahye no ha comfort na no me story bi say school no or then the boyfriend was come out train plan na papa suffer call warning no say then girl no say okwa kukunu hu say then na papa no ba bontin say nya sa na tie na akra na yare no wu ye whole lot of funny stories are running around. So I think that we need to be very proactive. Now the way I see enye new it's happening every day. Just that we don't care as people. And I think that this time as a state, rises to the occasion and takes certain sweeping measures a bit dealing with some of these things to scare people. My culture say, we are very dangerous people. All that we need is opportunity and incentive to click to our destructive best. The only thing that will stop man from being evil and they say you spell out consequences. Yeah, man, but the very moment you take away the punitive consequences sanctions, man will operate freely. He will bury his morals, his principles, and his values, and he will do the unthinkable things. You're making sure that we establish the conventional red lines and the BMC say these are the barriers. The very moment you go beyond it, you should know that you have crossed your Rubicon and there is no redemptive alternative for you aside you being punished. That is the only way to save this country.
But I don't know, meaning Ayana Emma, what do I have? My dear Emma, I crack to us, I'll grab it my wacono. Oh, the Quacker General Court was so yaring me. I said, who got it? I said, I got my bum, so we. If I tell you, oh,
yeah. And I think that we see some of these things a bit me happen to be a bit me about, but so what me, and I can't, you should be able to. So me also because some of these I think I want to be a friend and but you should be able to hold yourself in check, especially in a position now one obetimi ya kra nya school ho school now one and kra no wanya for adufo de so ntu ahwe and na se for no because we be say afa no okofa obi abonten Brazilian wig ni na se for no emu aponchen wig no enti we there otomilo ni biscuit man no and I think that you feed into the larger greed that the BIA can take advantage of them, and then that is it. And it's happening everywhere. So I think we need to be very careful.
All right. Kwajo, we see you say 20 cases. It is small. The rate at which teachers are chopping these SHS students, you have no idea. It has become a competition among the teachers. And the girls to themselves. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, the students are not quite to be the oh, teachers must see them in pra. And then we have a long way to go as a country because.
Now even JSS, can I say happen? Sir, junior high school. Yeah, now who is a junior high school teacher ni anyam nada. There are thousands of such cases. Now because they no kwesi. Na village, family na kata so on here no na the life no are wasting na. Yeah, because over the years nobody punishes nobody. You understand? And it's like no. Me I no teacher ni awanyem nkra be for. Every batch be onyimbi. Oh yes, yes I dey na make a true story. Me ankasa me ya aware. Onyem nkra for JSS for onyesa secondary school. Every batch be onyem baako, every batch be onyem baako. And people took like no because obia check obia, and then he get away with it. So there is enough motivation for him. Oh, some ya dey in the basic because after all a headmaster and that's all your way, and that is what he's doing. GS is not doing anything. I think that it is about time. Whatever monitoring we no more no.
Sure.
Betimi a pick CID for no more here adwuma with them. Going through schools and monitor and be picking some of this intelligence. Now so mutimi yes man, I'm sure say you betimi save you home with a lot of some of these cases. I don't like it when it comes like this. Everybody who advocate hold on there. The why and say hunu kwa.
Right.
Omunim dia koso. They know, and who be so where they come from. They know thousands of these examples happening every day. Why are they quiet? You understand? So I think we need to be very proactive. Now you enjoy being reactionary. Because over the years, that reactionary approach, some of these people take advantage of the situation and they do what they do because they omunim say whatever happens, nothing will happen. What I say. So I think GS should not end it there. They need to up their game and make sure there will be serious punitive sanctions and consequences for these people. Ebetimi stop other people from doing same thing in the future.
I say a teacher for any our phone so our phone should contribute to be.
Right now,
once a parent be all person or no responsibility no or be yentino teacher ni be didn't ho beti ya oh me be there me ba cha ya kire na de ma me ya ni nyina obo what they fa because the responsibility na no person o pia bi ko she baby no adwuma be ye wie pay you maintain nti wo kono sabra. All right, ya beto aso na fe Ya share topics I would wanna akano. Ebenezer or say I will never forget the day my teacher collected my beautiful girlfriend in school. Oh, or say teachers they chop the girls after they come back home and they collect our house own too. Now so I'm free school mo am say ba fie kura say ba ji bi ka ho. Ya asemo Ebenezer say mama ya there are much oil in the younger ones. Oh, there be man kasa. Kasa. What? Challenge ana kone enko na me de mabremo. Yantu aso innocent.
Yeah.
May assure say obi ka na say week here. Eniama hodo a ekoso no edoso pa. Yenhwe abronye DC. Ena afen so the general secretary. They say I didn't home fight, we home match, proper home match. Now me sure say we follow up do say baby o do say omoko disciplinary committee.
Yeah. I've been telling you, sir, a sad the MPP has depreciated to become what it is today. A very sinking entity. They don't seem to realize it. They don't seem say nothing is happening, and I think that is a shame because we opted for a multi-party democracy where other parties will be responsible, will be very efficient, will be very vibrant. Your democracy, because whenever a government is in power, very often they compromise on a lot of stuff. You need a very vibrant, competent, intelligent opposition to hold them in check. Because they'll do the excesses. So when you have a responsible opposition party, but the MPP is refusing to be responsible. And they are just wallowing in the pool of being a responsible political party. Yes. I say, I'm Fred Abronye and the Chama went to me a disciplinary committee. Fine. The question is, then Abronye. Why then? And yet the same Abronye a few days ago, no more to go up until the demonstration man. And yet the same Chama went to me and a party in this one who could go up until some way demonstration man. Abronye was picked by the police because one, or alleged criminal conspiracy.
Sure.
Now, of course, between the CIA, the IGP, and then the NDC, they colluded. They were in connivance to commit crime or akwatia, and or alleged say or evidence. Because my country in a country, when it comes to homeland security, police in so the chief. If the chief is in collusion with the political party, that has serious security implications. So the police will invite you to come and explain, give better and further particulars. Now, Muntimi authenticated those claims, no. Now, you have to have a no because say you're not crazy IGP, yes, I did, and then obey your man boy for. That is why he was called. So, verbal diarrhea no or Randy B. Sag Pasiaki Kana no Kika. That was why he was called. And so the same person not turning attention or the same verbal diarrhea no about so as a political party. And then who will be a moral authority ben to call that same person. Or they be a more friend no. What's here no ye hununa ye tita no fa hude. But the other and another bow so in there. What dear, oh friend before you first say Abronye and maybe say your friend say also be mpako kan be no omo friend about disciplinary committee na the yet say almost suspend no enti party no mo no obi su chen obi and obi hu hia chen obi what is happening chama won to me in some or nama or kan is it not the same thing? The guy was caught because of certain alleged cases of crime or you involved in. That is why the CID and your friend said Yoko called him and I'm investigating, you know. I'm even disappointed up to now final court. But I think that the process are in place. Very soon he will appear. Some of these things and I'm on fire. The question is at the end of the call, and then you far who deals with it here. The AC within the party tell you that this is who they are as people, you understand? And is it not embarrassing as a serious political entity like the MPP, like you've been saying, these are people you mentioned, you understand? So my advice has always been that I want the MPP to reform itself. They need very radical your friend saying surgical reconstruction, like I told you. Now I'm more and recapture our old glory, and now I'm for Nimo to be a very responsible party full of intellectuals and then intellectuals will be people talking like children. men thinking like babies, and some of the decisions coming out are so funny and phony. You don't even know where the direction they are going. They are sheer contradiction. I can't say that. I did not contradict you. So, sir, your friend say we no more do more corner. Why not question anymore? Because some crofo here council of elders in other way na and Kwabena Japan say Sikaya Mode to they don't even have the authority to even charge that extra for. How can any normal person sit and say Obi contested for president that offer 4 million Ghana cedi? Ah, Juma Beno, oh yeah. Say any political party ya condone chrono say amount for more chrono. How can you ask Obi uncle for 4 million as a development fee and from a political party way? It doesn't make sense. It means the entire political way has been, monetized. You can't get in. So if you are very intelligent and you have ideas, you can't get in because the thing is for a highest bidder. And as a political party, we lose power over China. I'm expecting say that we don't hate nobody. We are just trying to ensure that politics and a position. Yeah, I remember there was a timer. That's why some TV stations are from me. I have your friends saying some kind of links with some of the students. Some of the students are more campus, both NDC and MPP. Make a job someone from because these are young ones who are coming, and they need to be given that particular opportunity to also, learn politics in the way. A bit to me, I'm a depart away from this dirty politics. Now you infuse a certain sense of reasoning into these young people to see politics from a very different angle and from a very different perspective. But if young people are watching and this is what they see, you don't see any principal position from anybody. Nobody is showing any value, any principle, nothing. It's about a personal interest and a advance. And if you have all these challenges choking the party, yes, party be your friends are same woman. Yeah. But you see, it's the reason why you move because it is important, say, reorganization within the party rather than rushing to elect a flag bearer. Because a bottom-up approach in a reorganization political sense, it's just to ensure, say, you you pin people together, you try to reconnect bridges in Abubuno. Say, you have a solid base. And when you rise to the top, or whoever that comes top, will be a reflection of the base. But whoever you put at the top, may not be a reflection of the base. I know that you create problem for yourself, and you use the entire time ahead patching differences. And as a political party in opposition, this is not the time to be getting people out. Yeah, politics, I said there are no good riddance. Nipano said you can use people. I don't know, say what study politics to a very higher. The best people to use in politics is Obia or your enemy. It's very easy to use them. Obia unnecessary on power no. But you had an answer adwini so Obi na ni say on president say on we asem then na ya pam na kwatena nchan. In politics the best people you can use any power on power sem. Because when you give them responsibility, all that they have to do on daily basis is to prove to you that they can do the job, and I said they don't hate you. So you give them a responsibility unless they veer off. Because Papa I have to do it diligently because any excuse, any mistake will be seen or will be interpreted. And if the person has a name, you harness it. Because as president or as a leader of any institution, you are underway to choose the best of human resources that are available. You don't choose and pick, and as a pick and choose in those kind of way. And I think MPP as an institution need to open itself up, engage your friends that learn dialogue, discussion. Because there are a lot of intelligent people within the party, but they are not giving them room because certain few people have encroached the top and making all the decisions. And that decision of making is not inuring into the fortunes of the party. You understand? When you're careful, now one manager will near my year, opposition now one, what's now watch it? And it will not help the fortunes of the party. You understand? So I think they need to tone down. Because in that politics, people have come to understand this about using those harsh words and TV so political party will lose power. are all try to reconnect with the people of this country has boycotted over about 3 media houses. Now only media house when here what hey for political party be no so ma only when they lose.
I don't lose anything.
Yes, because every day you sit here and whatever message you want to propagate, you propagate.
Exactly.
But as a serious political party, you don't have an enemy friend in the media because that is a platform. It's a media unfriendly, and I'll just go there and put my message across. I don't know they will be any people who be say who can answer. Now if you boycott the media, nyansa be in the womb. Say I'm no cause about 4 serious media houses who grow my boycott it. You are not learning as a political party. So I think say the contradiction and stuff for this Asha say a good year be neko. And I'm telling you, say, Opa Yensen had him predicted this elections here Ebe Baso January.
Yeah, want to be so much say
it will be bloody. Because Obianim say the whole essence of say on 1 year bottom up approach, just to ensure because current leadership you more way. Omunyina Eda demonstrate some support by Omia. Omunyina in the previous elections, demonstrate here. So we jam on Mukofi no Mkoto Abafufra. The next line of Nkufo on Bebano might not align with Baumia. And the Yanyan and Tentem. Now you make sure say the current crop of leadership you didn't see her near 2 years Lusukra, you flag bearer no or Lusua no obeya obe point here maybe. That's what they are doing. And the Kennedy and Co. Omoba kasa do election now. Said almost kind they will mafia them. And because the whole agenda is to put Baumia there. And that is not how we do a political party, you understand? So I think the MPP is not ready to learn. They are still sitting on their high horses and they are not ready to listen to anybody. And my culture said, what TV asana say we see musuo kwan so a. Wona say ha. Uko wu Obia stop wa wunjina. Even come kra na hotena police for jina or barrier obetwam because ukwa nothing will stop you. So and like I say we see musuo kwan so a wona say ha. That is what they are doing. They are just rushing to crash and until they crash nothing will stop them. And Obia Kenyan sesem bia kire. I've listened to a lot of people who have criticized this say up down approach.
Yes.
Kwajom Pianim and several other important people within the party. Besides, I didn't think I consult you. President Kufuor now not work. He comes MPP decisions or they don't involve him. You understand? It means a certain court will run a party, just to satisfy their personal interest, and that is not how we run a political party. So, Mono. Maybe I may know never but as an analyst, this is our job. We point out the fact to you, and it is what it is. And you see, the motive of dealing with more are coming because and you wake up your friends saying, "Abwa and you be abronya so free. Now you want to be so free man. And the party no be we know how many people was sake about free.
There be said na ya for Baumia dey aye sana de na koy. Because sen ka asem a want to me kai asem kese o. Very dangerous as a leader. Executive. Na executive ay mo nyina mo se mo pese democracy ye adwuma wo party nim. Na mo de hyehyɛ ya ba se ye koto aba. Na watimi agina camera anim say adene de ya hyehyɛ de amaba wumia eno nti na mo delegates na mo to aba ne kane no ye pese mo na mo 20 ne ya maintain mo samo. So you see wa contradicting the whole exercise.
No, first of all adwene no mu ha. And the assembly can didn't even realize how can some case. Because no leader will be making such a irresponsible, reckless statement. By now, I didn't even know the implication of what he's saying. It's the reason why I'm surprised Kennedy and Co sat there and allowed them to do this particular thing. Because Makacho, that is what Asema Mete ha mekai. That is the same thing. The whole thing is to ensure that the current leaders will stay and make sure that Baumia is elected. Or movie no Mukofi Okra, they don't care. Yeah. So they're maintaining the status quo just to ensure that Baumia is inserted. And nothing less, nothing more. You understand? So Kennedy and Co, I wonder why they don't see some of these things and they're just playing along. But you see, the whole thing is that after electing Baumia, that is not the end of the party. I feel now or reorganize it into a proper political party. And you think if you don't treat Kennedy and other people well, you think you'll get their support. So you see, the long-term thinking of the party, is a bit compromised. Yeah. People are motivated by sheer greed and what they will get. Personal, and that tells you the sort of government that we had. And it's a reflection. So if organizing a political party, this is how chaotic it is. You can imagine the governance and you come on them. So nobody hated anybody. That was the state of affair at play at the time. They messed up this country. They destroyed this country. They destroyed its economy. They attack people, broke the heart of institutions, attack individuals, destroyed the sanctity and the integrity of state institutions, destroyed our democracy. We nearly lost our democracy. And that is the signature Akufo-Addo Jaya no ti abontia okay kan se muni se Ghana for no one day beba no so.
And the other can say Ebenezer mebacho or admin or kabibiacho say or say please can you block the fraudsters who are disturbing us on the page in fact one more money abrena mabi Francis on per se ebe block wa o message no jai and yes also am block no because I am turn data biawa ahanya wo marketing place no abe we nyina yaza o yaza admi hwe na block mabi Francis mame or ha adwen wo comment section o pa Ebenezer Mokto so o mabre no. All right, yadi betwa to ni me I learned say what you want to me interview no granted wo adom no concerning on yoke of one kita hodie or say omo asize ni 15 luxurious cars emma say ono wo dwene ho onti ase ohun de wa ye nti omo asize sa cars na
dwemu na ha. And you see everything, and now I don't know who Nipo more granted this interview to or granted to a TV station and a media house.
I don't my friend.
So it's funny, you see. Nipo no can't say then there are other questions you should be asking.
Exactly.
I told you the last time. The FBI is in town. And you see, there is a criminal syndicate, mainly in Nigeria and Ghana for, and people in Canada who attest to it. And no, I mean, no, because I, Opake Okasi would identify your fact. That is what they are doing. Your friends are residential areas in America and other people. I want for packet cars or more than any those kind of way. That's what they do. Over packet cars, there's a lot zero. So when they buy house, they to Kano, and they find a way to ship these cars to Africa, either Ghana or Nigeria. Cars in Ibedrua. For some baton or more winning. A bit of Shatawale day, Kano, you know, said the actual price is $250,000. So what time 150? Oh, town say a chrono dear. You know, I just mean India any baby because the price alone will give it out to a chrono dear. And there are garages, a bar, a bit of quarter from good garages, a goofy, and you could see the amount. And these are cars are winning now got to toy. You bought them cheap. So if the FBI and the Canadian authorities have flagged any authorities, I'm on for we are investigating her. At the end of the day, and some of these guys they have their chances everything number. So the very moment these cars are flagged in the system, they will retrieve it back. And it's the reason why most cars have been confiscated. So there are several people I know, including garages and so forth, because all these are stolen cars. What I say, and the turn out your friends a due diligence ben away, and now because now I funtin and water. Nipa water food no, he didn't even have that capacity to be selling those cars, but you bought it. Proper documentation in the mount. Yeah. Shatawale issue buy no unzonya document be the Sanet here because they are buying it or no Korea, so he's selling it to you cheap. And this is the explanation that was given to me. Said those lost zero cars that they go fear no. Yes, utisi kana toy, but in your chrono, their man for car, man for better. Now, America cars now do on credit. Do na yam fasika boom go dinasa wato edo all year to hoka and aquabrania Korea where we are no they are paying unless you have proper insurance a bit nyako near tofu from and I say baby who be amount. And these are the realities. And this are buying say we are collaborating with the FBI to ensure say some of these stolen cars are retrieved. Now your flag is our cars and can be. Then argue say me car no me talk from a legitimate source. Me documents in here, me talk for your price I made it all in here. If you're able to provide all this legitimate documentation and as for HSA indeed you bought the car, I am not sure. And answer what's here. And our Ferrari company, what contact you buy directly from them. Now with the back room, Obiama major car. But said there are people driving your friends expensive cars around. Sure. And let me put it on record. It's not just one to me where in your politics. There are several people are yajeje cars. And a bit cars is so and car no back free Canada. They need to take it through a proper check just to ensure say car in your stolen cars. And you have to be very careful what you buy and who you are buying from and what you are doing. You understand? And side operation here because it is happening in Nigeria too. Because cars we are Ghana and Nigeria and they are selling. I bring croissant the bifa Cote d'Ivoire. Ghana for Obedu Kromha. No more the cofa your fence Srim, no more the Koto your fence Burkina Ekotombi. So a syndicate or more operating for long. But I am so proud of food, and sika no nya cheap intino. Oh nya ya no wato, but chroma wato chrono there. Also we are liable. The question whether you win him and answer win him. But so either say win him and now win him no price in the betchere. Or car $300,000 now turn $150,000. Clearly you know say and your car that car mono. And you turn 150, you should know say something fishy is going on. What I say. So I think say I are Ghana for as a young kasa yesuya. Sometimes greed and I don't go so he should open up and tell people the real story. And the media for also your investigation or more bizarre questions now. They should be asking them the critical question. Don't give the person platform to channel misinformation, disinformation. Because Kromano is uko kuni pa kwa na we NDC MPP. I'm for support. Yeah. And that is a strategy these people are employing. I think that the fact must be put out. And the media houses, it's not as if they don't know. They know these things. They know these realities. And I think that if they are able to walk and ask all these probing critical questions, and nipa no onya kokodro me jina bonten enke kasanse munye na watu 15 car o sika adwuma be na ya auto 15 Los Zeros car okroma sei ahia for gu party no bi de obedi kura onya sika to Los Zeros car 15 e pack gu fie
so nya kadila.
How many na betimi atwi MPP party no ukọ various villages akwaya ahia for ma obeti wa bi de obedi kura onya na what we ya so no o chairman na ato ya fence Los Zeros car 15 egu ni dem. I think that you see me say emre bi beso Ghana for ani bete nyansa be ba am 14 and sorry be chance yagu. Again, political party, there are a lot of idiots are more opportunity standing on the political stage, playing your friends honorable. Ghana for any tier, these people will come to their default position. They will never come anywhere close to power. And that day, is fast approaching because young people are becoming increasingly intelligent. Because there are people you call honorable now, sometimes we hear my brabo now him. What I say? So I think that day is fast approaching. You see, we've gotten to a point we need to make Ghana homeland and make it a better place. Even if not for our sake, for those yet to come. Because the Biameka is not always safe and we say, I'm for best, so I'm back to see you to Kwayakwa, I'm for cruise, and as for I've spoken to a lot of young people who are willing to come back home because they are sick and tired of living abroad and as for them. Yes, there are those who are here also dying to go there and as for them. Yes, so who said they sit here. So the best solution for all these things is you better make Ghana a better place. The generation yet to come will not go and spend all their energy, expertise, their more to develop other people's country. Now yet we have the human resources, we have the natural everything. Let us put to good use. Now you make sure say you put value on human. You have to say you nipa munipa. Oh. You munipa. Oh. And nipa nya tumi ane dia say just why na yes massa what that for man na obehu say wo ye bibi man. But you see life that is not how it's supposed to be. The country is supposed to open up, offer opportunity betimi obi abetimi dia leverage potential be we mu no betimi aba because at the end of the day say obi with potential o man na benefit Abedipele came from the north. Obeye as one of the greatest footballers in this country. When benefit here Ghana and then the Black Stars and so forth. So we give who open gate for one person on one kasano the European effect the impact of Abedi in the family on Ghana ya kasi and quantify a bit to me but he came from somewhere, you understand, and there are several of his kind elsewhere. Ya to me anya akase 7 na me na maye office bia ni ho abetena forever na no na me catch obi opa wasi amrosan so 30 ko gina soro na wa ankasa bo ho aba so me na masi dan with flowers amanfo ogum ma ho the next 50 years that house na obi na be oni Obi ba betena fie no e bia rekwa nipa mo unnim ba kokora. You are just a temporary way or just do whatever you can impact on people, and that is something we'll be proud of forever. So I think that what we need to do as a country, and yes, I can see na me minister and Kufuor na president o. And obi ne piano and sana we move from one place to another. What I say? Sign a life for here. So I think people should humble themselves and who for power in that extreme. With here 4 years, you come back to zero. And people must be guided and be very sensible and treat people with respect. That is all that I will say.
Only some wonderful police officers, make us a policemen or women, and know your friend of sexism. Can't you say discrimination? Because all police officers are assumed to be policemen. Do one I member, but they will mass but gender balance in your friend of police officers. So let's put it into that perspective. But there is this particular police officer, your bar. Your bar, but you see some various places. But there are these particular ones of water samra. Hey, let's acknowledge them. Enra, Ananya Mese, what TV watcher?
Your friend Olumai.
Yes. Oluman. Also what TV watcher? Inti or the insukakra eba be come down the weather. Nasa a ma way a jinansumu a directed traffic. Look, some of the police officers no tago omu bufu. Sometimes who be no cry one here out to come one here for a kind of crab bono. But there are some of them who are doing very, very well. They are so fantastic. And some of these people who are more is so those here sometimes it do tell me who share more. I say you who never enough at because a juma more yenon or more yajuma soon at your boy my Ghana. And some of these places I know say you will be a baby who will be Ghana for baby. But the year wouldn't premu and a yeka. To say some before me these two wonderful ladies of what Tessano. Very soon I'll show you the video. Tessano. Then so talk. Yes say so talk and no any barrier. And no ya consider at the mawo. But the here part says anytime I so to piano. Who says so the 20 we pen traffic started so
and no I see traffic a back room. You ask
yourself why? I didn't so let the traffic be there by Anna. There be. But because of the system I am creating, in soon your top pair, most of that traffic lights I had as I say, ECG, and the chrono of Ghana, so far over the years, no, a whole result and the air it do be. Now, so look at this woman, very wonderful woman, in Suoto. Yeah.
Amuni jackets.
They have nothing.
Like raincoat, no. Oh, there be raincoats. I think damn time, no. Omu ma omu bebre.
That raincoat wafanku.
So what?
Yes, that's the question.
You have to.
Omu de kono that wafanku. Every police officer is entitled to some of these things.
And what's so munya rent because Tessa no there police station.
Yeah, that is the training school.
Omu police station baby papa despite.
Yes.
Ebi wo ho. Yes, raincoat wo ho.
Well,
so any enough I hear bia kom ho.
Eti onim. Yes, exactly the point.
They are doing the job, but I can't sure.
These are young ladies.
Of course.
These are young ladies who are more committed into the service. I almost say omo ye adwuma e de aboa o makrokro Ghana. Omo ye adwuma e de aboa o makrokro Ghana. Na hwe se nsuo to. They can decide or so ever so because Ghana Police Service and young papa. But they stood by themselves and by the laws of the land and I work as a dabi in so to be a traffic bar. But within the time I saw the so air tunnel, that is where most accidents also happen.
Of course.
But you are not Obika say no packets baby enye It also ba also the Mrika obi to say God na so to come na so ba Mrika nko a they say when you ma ho so a pine yes oh no nyare o bibia to know na tibkeja na because of insuo 20 na obi de share ahwere den kwa. So look at these innocent police officers. E omodjuma no mo ye be ka say bi obi like omodjuma no mo yes. But we police officers bear 90. Esi hono mo a and 100 esi hono mo a 90 of these police officers will run away say because insuo to. Na omojai na ka the common sense is that na ka insuo to no it's a traffic light adwuma. But you see before say you do can't traffic light because the traffic light system no connected to our ECG. It's anytime you do can't affect the traffic lights. It's not police former horrible and a suoto and a mujinum. These are young ladies. More access to our social media network. That is the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and what have you. So these are the young ladies. Look, look at what the other women are going through because of this. Share insuto any barrier, any excuse. Because Tago and now so they started to ahomache. So they started to ahomache.
Yeah.
But okay, say no. So now to no anti big just say so to me medjuma.
Be see ahomache die. Eh am say hey yadwuma we pa adun. Hey. No see na bo.
You do not have any option. Obaba.
Of course.
Oba so say adwuma na dey so wo ye. No, but let's give them a special acknowledgement. Look, some of these MTTDs phono. Look, Yaria Hodwa and Nam Yaria Hodwa and Nam Framamu and then Nasifoni Nano. Tago, let's say. These people, some of these very particular people, let's acknowledge the yemu on abaso near Kasanyame and to the Boas in Shirawo, not IGP, and recognizing the effort of these people. They are not just constables. Some of these people are chief inspectors and inspectors. Omonya just constable, system ya fili eni obo move through.
Common floor members, no.
Omo say be apart with no. But omoye inspectors and chief inspectors omo yini and they've been in the system for more than 10 years, 15 years. Now, yasaso akacho se koko jina ensumu. Now, free co-directed traffic. Now, can the papa moi? Maybe call Tessano about 3 days ago. Then you may traffic lights are what Tessano. Out the simu and the above road and Yajuma, the police friends at training school and Yajuma, it's not working. Yeah, who's that? So, training school, that's a UPR. Maybe go training school inside. See, there you break. Oh my God.
Oh, identity.
Urem, that's a UPR.
It's true.
Just a one person is all left, wash your right. Wash every end and sana what me at yesim na police for to honomo. So it tells you say since so some of these things will be deadly.
Of course. And one thing so cry say o hwe mo kran ka ba bia wo kan and ka hono me police for hwenanu.
A very romantic area.
Police for hwenanu are from Tesano police training hono o ba e hono sane. Inti se when you so gam shell do to say ntia bibia betumi asi ebi free circle eba ebi so free first achemota eba nti e ho na very one of the busiest road e wo ho no mo a eni se nka traffic light so Ghana yete ho sa yete ho Ghana yen street light eni ye traffic light enya de e favor wo kwan bia so minu mi ne kwato light a wo mo street light de free enso ye nya street light emfa nya adwuma ye nya traffic emfa nya adwuma nti e wo say ye bo postifo no bi abaso no na ye san so kai empany force na kra me kai say regional minister ebe ka say we instruct all the MDCs of course yes say DCs MDCs no wo area traffic light ni street light anya adwuma no quickly omo fix it but ye hu she
is it the highway authority come back your moduma say some yes ade no they should fix it, the highway authority some fix it
so the assembly bia wo so they have to collaborate baby ajebi say ya hwa ni dwuma kan ho asema ye mpanifo no so omo kwa baby a motor ke do manim so they don't experience miminu me no yes they don't go through sir headache na ye mu bi ye famu no se traffic sisuo ensisuo hwe o de ko enti miminu mie na wo se ye ka ho asem etwe ma dwen de sisu se ebra so se ye traffic lights and ye street lights empanifo be ye na omodi amayen because post for Becca they don't have the men like omu nurse though omu nurse so omu nurse bebre se ye betimi ate omagum no omu uniform black ko gina wiem na ye shi wo mo still omu se uniform infa mo eno na she mo
ladies I always say
enti we should I was see she ho no nyina na ye di hu enkomo but then ebinim wo mo ye papa jebi ebinim so nya papa
oh yes of course I do
ye ka ni abom ebinim so enya papa ba ye ka no ye se efie bia mensem ewom what you say na se okoto nkate na anu asem koto nkate me se me dedi kokko ba ku bia me bofra na say the whole show sa netie enkate ba ko obetumi say the whole enkate ni nanti ye bo omo ye ade na baso no na ye san cassette omo nsoso a womo anya adwuma ne yi a echi posifo nimde posifo credibility e de hwefom no e wo se attack oni nyina second for no etwa bankum na etwa nifa minim ayi ablekuma e ka ko ayi pokwase wo se kofa ablekuma e kwa bi link otu oduma se e kwa yi ho posifo no se ya na omo tete hwanyo so omo tete bronsam so chese they won't come and stand be abehu omo hihye kona ho na e bia bibi wo so be ya be no
the moment of your for so pair no want to do it
no more pedeng they no this is not the way you should track there be yenim suppose need here ungina ho a so to kwan kwa brochira you will not see any police in hiding in fact I'm running for here aduma and not so sa omo tete omo ka omo petrol yeah na bi hadwen
yeah
and omo di mo ne so omo bi no aba two bia me hu omo hyeda de nso omo wo omo sa space tuntum bi no omo de ayi bi no omo di tu nanim say so omo so ya say chance bia ni mu aso so omo say social media trend enti u ba video no wa kata what you say enti ya bo omo ya ade na baso no na ye san so cassette ya omo a wo mo twe adwuma no ekọ echire no yesan so aka o masem no mo so ayo mo ne mayi
ye no mo ase na ye mo abaso they should continue with the good work they are doing but I go finally oko girls school and also oko mix school okay mo amoko girls school and amoko boys school there is this thing that is common girls school and a boys school it shouldn't be that common. Sometimes, yeah, experiences are there be male school, but ain't that common as compared to girls' school and the boys' school. What is that?
There be this a meaning
lesbianism and gayism.
Shall say all.
What's it?
Yeah, shall say all. Senior high,
sir.
Of course.
Mo shall say what junior senior high. Okay, so also mo shall say.
Shall say.
Because. Because I was say junior high this year.
A chassis wo ho. Last time I saw maybe some years back. Asa issue no be gidi. Na me no be an edin komo na me say this thing.
Yeah.
Ministers e mane memo mo ka ho asem nyina no. Enye na asem o.
Yeah.
Ye nyina ya witness be. You see them. Another one go school.
Me come school but na any opportunity who say dey be until say me we school Oh yeah, I'm being honest with you.
Oh, they call it mosquito net.
Okay, yeah.
Now, like no mushim.
Yeah.
Over to
But you see,
like I check.
Hey, but on him. My must have video with show. We are it is becoming more deadly and dangerous. Apart dangerous, I try to go ahead and be careful.
And we will God be with you.
Yes, you say more deadly, especially a more girls' school and the boys' school. Or more tire side and the pie girls' schools.
No. Boys not so yeah.
Boys no gayism. Yes, fine. I mean, but you see, I know. What say the population is becoming more like a man does to chair mema. It's a man says, our restaurant as well practice so dear. Oh, where do I back Kasai? Yes, very, very dangerous.
Go back, eh?
I'm practice so dear. And that's our rest so dear. Oh, honest sister, and start to free the secondary schools.
School time. Oh, sir.
Some of these boarding schools in there.
No, I don't cry. Some of papa there. Sir.
That's a go rough in the papa. Why you be that? Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Why am I the papa? Maybe you be that.
No. That's a me,
Mamma, the papa.
Maybe say me.
Oh my God, Mama and Papa, and the did the Musa Nakwa Korean enye. And now, your secondary school from Kromunyan 17 years. Abu Fina Kwen Mukrano 18 years, 19 years. Et Minyaku could draw a trick camera and see what so catch was there. Your school, the Yaba, Jim,
talk of them.
Oh God. I
was saying. Yeah, try one scenario. Yeah, enti our phone. A man about to Massimuno. Yeah, we are gonna circle them. Yes, so you circle them. You are rocking them, right? Rocking them. You now papa them. And now a marriage material, a Mrs. Bisubai. We say, okay, Mama, I see a chamo. We're gonna kill them.
No, but seriously speaking.
Ghana.
It sounds so trivial, but it's so funny. It sounds very trivial. As I grow, but it is not funny.
Of course.
It is one of the most dangerous things. Some years to come, your mama and a member, it's me call secondary schools, it's me call boarding house.
Ain't he? Mema wo mema.
No baba ko bema ba ko.
Me no anytime bia me say when you see a man trying to touch you, I say or praise you, come and tell me. Say obi ani ho no mo a ebo afabo ni pa no. When you finish your report more teacher ni oba so abeka kire me. So me try say me start na me no mo di ho nkomo. 11 years and 8 years. You discuss ho nkomo.
Some of this is only the beka obeji atum. But you say cry and cry.
Debbie,
Debbie,
my oba your first friend, my obantia say we are the first friend. So when you create that friendship relationship now, I don't think say obi outside bet me be polotu ba no. Me obi ka shem say ta go man ye mema nko ti say na be ya obi emedada wo no wonu omunye kama like wonu omunye close pa ti me obi oni bibia nim say me ne me ma no. I don't know. Omunyi no bibia betumi asesa anyway.
Exactly,
but I'm also trying my best as a mother and me raise boys.
Nema na ye ya wo mun ne say what put it up every arsenal of yours. So the be hwa kra no watumi adie. Now one single innocent person
will just come and destroy
everything.
Everything.
And no man it
is God.
Sometimes you would have to support these innocent children with prayers. But prayer is not enough. Sometimes you would have to support these innocent children with ABR material wealth, but that is not enough. Share tago few say bia wa ma oba no sika enough money so of uncle school. Obekwa koba the mobile phone. Obe value mobile phone. It's like some of you a man.
Say dear.
O bet we to card the ama o oba. No be to fool, no dey akwa girl no. On value car no. What a car, what is car, and their talk car, never day, and their more buyer or your girlfriend, and I saw your wife. Or body say that is enough. But when they want channel in the middle of the road, no being top fool or keke. 20 Ghana is 50 Ghana is far more bano, or bada jibesa. Who are done the chi, I can say, now what to carry man in the year there. I don't want to fool for African good.
It's when you go.
You get it? Now, for now, Obana just a shifting from the fact to say, one out talk car at the man, into 4 no podi nanka, and ya debi a yake to
and idea back consumer say, JB, a bit so coswa, obiani enko home, ye wo emma, any emma, omotia wadia say, or my wedded husbands and wedded wives, but they are doing it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Baby, don't want more, from say, or my say no.
Rich aunties.
No. Also, Bible who now why? Oh, they have a name for them.
Oh, sir. I see.
Tom boy or Tom girl. Bibi say. I say. Omoye Bibi say. And you bet you say be a say net here. But obi hon mo who na come on and so yeah. And this thing, Charlie.
One of the most interesting and very deadly aspects of this thing. Say akwala oba bema beko school no kwakonya nimdie obeba no na ose oye lesbian. One of the most embarrassing aspect of enyema ekoso ewo your secondary schools, sometimes starting from the primary schools. Na say wako school aba waboka any teacher for no ne hia na say oba no say me ba no de edu time bia me bompa e mane pa o me ba no wo honam me ba no wo honam me ba ne modru kama hu ne to egu na chi enye to ketwa ofare ma me me hu na edu time na me dware me ba na tumi hwe me say rade ja kompo di asem kwa ma kofa ma me hui me ba no edu time na me dware ye me say rade ja kompo di asem kwa ma kofa ma me hui. And somebody would think and feel, say, Akwano, because of his stature, it's a way yini. It's on the bay and pay for ye. But me came, I'm going to be a old Radeja for. Nah, Sanema we a coso. There were various secondary schools. And you think that it is funny? We'll try every means possible. Can you imagine? Mama and Papa there. Sir!
Jet Morgan.
Oh my God.
What do you say, why be?
Tago, it's not funny. This woman.
Obano, how many years?
6 years. So that's Jacob. A cousin fool.
Say, them gonna take you.
Oh my God. Hey. Oh,
no, I should know. I know. Just say. I don't know.
No, but you think it is funny. It is not funny.
It is not. It is not.
It is not funny.
It is not.
Because it goes a long way affecting the future of these innocent girls.
Of course.
And the moment I didn't know day, because I know some few people, some few girls, ladies, they can't stop it.
They can't.
Because I'm inviting various at home from different places. And they are fighting it every single moment. And when be to be quite a man home, and when be to be quite a man home. Meanwhile, we are dealing with some of these things in the flesh.
Of course.
But in the spiritual realms, in Nyama Kosono, Tako time. But it starts from the physical aspect of it. Your dad and Kwano sa near the one who rasadi, and yet the one who repair material things. And one of the key things I had man Krano. Akrana when you're 10 years, 12 years, not okuta, an expensive phone. Na oba expensive perfume a good home, and the car, and the babesino, and there's so many other things. You begin to find out, say, now papa no, akwano, brother no boy, what you mean, yes, katos anema we. Papa no kra wa kasa wa akwano kran. Who need that type of a phone? And sometimes it is not funny. The headmasters are what was someone named Granny that you met Yamuka.
And here a senior house mistresses for teachers.
Teachers are what are Monin Crano, Efifa who had done. Yamuka to the core.
Oh, yeah, no SS or Koya or Tesher in Tia or ye been Wabatradi. She can be asked what Libesham.
Now I'm cranking and getting 17 years. Who feels our body to years? Because look, I don't want to mention the lady's name. Maybe what school? SS. Lady B, no more your twin. Now the twin of Bema Bako Babako. Now let no na. Oh, you're so edible. I mean, yes, but no, you need. She was just around 16, 17 years old. I was SS. But sometimes your teachers live below. At that girl. Because of the fact to say, you share the state channel, you share the world, it's here now. I said, well, you know what, sorry. No! The moment you try that. But you see, I don't blame them, I blame our system. Because it is the highest bidder and also CD in every facet of our system. Yep. Quarter, it is the highest bidder. A friend said, social welfare, those places, every single facet of our system may be the highest bidder. What was and not to be dinkunim. We are here near Wasam in there.
The cost one for them, so me decided.
At the same year, oh, here is all done. Neba no bese dey who said
I know keke. I
don't know. And so do here near done neba. Neba no bese dey who say wo done am pa genuinely. E wa no keke na de beka. So some of these things are so deadly to the point to say, here it go, it is not funny. Ebia on da, sabi, me fa ntwa wo mpoa. Me srete ya ponya kopo se so pe ba yakopo ma obi. But se wa wo da, e na oba eco school, or primary school, or JHS, na unim, me ba girl be catch them say akra be friend Kekeli. Or tane le kupa na Mr. say, hey, who is that Kekeli? Me ba or that kra so so da ya no bo Kekeli di. I say, hey, Kekeli baby.
Oh, yeah, down for Kekeli.
Oh, yeah, down for me pay you way. So who me bag da?
Yeah, ma huni da.
Jai.
Na class says yes, obo Kekeli a. Who say oba me ba say
Kekeli ko ye da na bra bom.
There be enkola say oba ta share YouTube video like funny.
Yeah, YouTube accept
me ba omo da na say sa they talk wo da now kasa no wo say they will be mentioning say e be a character bi wo they mention it
Kekeli da bi Kekeli na Kekeli Titi no school busa classrooms
oh e be na downfall I mean na classes here they na all this admin no
ma ko school na ka teacher say Kekeli come on please take your time with my daughter.
Oh.
It is so funny.
No.
No. What they will baba, unya will baba we are. No, I can just say no. Or satisfied Bob might be Dick Kekeli. You know, Kekeli can be a man, a lady, or a guy. Yes, which may different. What that's another kind. Oh,
men may sound from Malban, Pasho.
Share.
Men may sound from Malbano. She's too young. 6 years.
I know. I will not personally tell her. Men can't just say this in there also. But at least it's so it starts from that place. It starts from there. Because you see the natural feeling the way you know and you stages in life. Tago, and it's not obibia when you bosabia the best you Sa kono ne na sefo no and you obibia the best you dear. Yakupon no boni wiase a boni padasani no on na de hye mu
then akono no
yes of course we do point to be a if you say you are the most holiest of all But in the end, you will feel it because if you tell me now, I say, what you chill, who you about, who much you chill, sir, who you bema so sir. It is not because a drama for. No, that is not it. And your stages in life. Because oya kola, that's a yawo fufra. There are two things you are interested in. Nebeko wonum, and the hiao. The befru who about the who hiao. Those are correct jad the nine and the goo ne one. It doesn't feel it. On feel it we jad the nine good home. But the code no or just so be moi first place and those stages in life and it mean for me whatever that happens. It is a new point to me that's a Sunday money bar that go one in the year, one managing the year, I say. This I want to walk who myself. Anyone I walk who never myself. And those stages in life. It's a crabby one, and that is why sometimes I applaud will be already 30 years our year virgin. Obi a 30 years or a virgin sani pa kron me born na baso nya me kopo koswa ehira no hye ne den because it's easy. Hey, sometimes 60 70 years satan na kono born never pa me ko ke satan no SS it you better try to exploit it no wa so bibia mi mu ahede ahwe the moment abeso ahwe no so pe ada se be yo de ana se be chu through Mova camera ne total was the was this no oh interest oh
many interest
and that's our experience
oh no you
know that time dem bia say wo so hwe say anya wo da e be detail one hwe ya ohu obi a the opposite sex one hwe ya obubefu because there are some people who have gone through those stages bia it wasn't a good moment for them and there are some people who go through that stages it was a very nice experience for them. It is a mass alcohol almost say to the core, and those people, they planted one at the worst school at their money at there. Now are starting influencing a lot of people around them. So alcohol is also a fan so. I'm not influencing girls. And no more, and yes, I'm a man. A connecting coffee binum. Because just come to think of it. Your teachers for the one and pay for the one sugar that is for now. About fast sabe le gonfo ne sa school for guess here. You ask yourself say let's say papa ni yemu ba cry chess akola we. Ni yemu ba chess akola we. But that is what they have created for themselves. Headmasters here 2 or 4 year because almost on your gym. And it's becoming very, very deadly in our country. Yem pair a particular system. A bet to me, amasa nyama way, ya brand us once and for all. Because Oko Arab countries are, you say or buy, you dare not.
Both ways.
Yes, but particularly a ma share unim. Meaning unim kwacha na yemi fepa. Krobo for kwacha. Oh, krobo for mamre.
Dipono.
Yay! That was jai. Now you be fair because before say be jaw kwan say where you need. The be ma kwan what be akwa kware na so be hu be ma no. Now we go through entity bia. One can say who say no, oh your oba. Not just a lady, but a lady of substance. But ene. Go. Boy. And the kohon na kokohe. I did you the bear one or the become dry. I did you bear what the become dry through name. It is not because of anything, it is because of the way. Yes, you are the foreign culture. And then that's for never be a ye with TV, so then that's for no. Actually, influencing the minds of these innocent children. Those times, we talk about our culture on television. Mami dokuro no money na se for no mu yi senior. They do it by example. But then you have foreign other things are movies are you adopt into our system it is killing us. Eti akra ko school to me ekwitira hwehwe mu oba when you be 10 years no start no twi na no ye makeup ni ade eh okoso sa dey we free fa o so Now I don't know who you movie muti. I need to start adopting it. Come on. I just tell what you said, maybe experience. Share with us. Your telephone number is in the good screen to see. Wait me after. In just 4 minutes, Mefa bear 3 calls per. Tell us your experience. And then you will go through. And I say, baby, go through in some of these things. Because I cry when 14, 15, 16 years. Okonya sika to phone wo he. Send and my mama papa de ba no. Na what me anya sika kwa to phone. No, I'm come for the say. You go there. I say, I'm okay to say.
We gonna chat.
We go. That was what you Oh no, because me tell you na me ntia say. Edisha na mo ho be kire wo.
Oh, I'm a summer cramps and saying a crown or my bay yes we
so the last time I'm a fast so that was I think 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Oh, I'm a fast
2 weeks ago, me fast so and no crown me can say in as much as I'm fast no. But now that was exactly some few days after say President Mahama called.
Yeah.
It's now say okay. Because so much so. Omo ye adwuma. But you see Obekai emrebia nso yirifa yedwane bia no mo circular menka abusuafo ya mo fa ncheme
Junte
filling station bia ijasa so eba ni a kofo bibre epra ye binumu ehwere won kwan binumu enya various levels of injuries ni ade no that day na me nua odi medinachi na he was very close to the scene. If I know also Honomona free Honomona chese.
No filling station.
Yeah, no filling station Honomona. Also nim near no or nim near some I mean I said what say ye. You who ya say on twas on kunifie and no koye. Some few minutes later and I start to yankshem we see. If you have a cast assembly, I send the series ye pair. And the Koba say, oh, Ghana, ye baby, ye hone ye ye. Yakwa ye baby ye, ye gattes a hoodwa, ye baby ye. Ye nyama hoodwa, a chair who share, since so time ye hutcher ye as of mine, ye baby ye.
Cassatens on top uncle.
And now we know Cassay. It is the same old story, even if say any worst of it all. See a crowd enye cry.
And JB Minchawano, I think the same issue ya can was me. But before about Tibet say baby pa yes is filling stations a hold one.
When the more permits.
But now baby omu sisi kono ano ede.
Tago when the massa uncle for no sisi filling stations no permits.
And see another
assembly. It is assembly.
Just say now the crowd ba could be you must say port in TB.
Yes. Wouldn't have dangerous today.
Yeah, no more they I didn't reference saying or more they
can't be a chaho.
Now machines dig.
Yes. But only
3 months they are done.
Or more than area need na go through serious levels of radiation.
Of course.
Only say mobile phone use radiation.
Now no could be me.
It's share one of the silent killers.
Me the share me ha. Na me ye call me refi me ho what to tell me and I'm there was some discomfort be light one be asked what it will be I'm said me phone me where ya na me na emfifre at home and I was feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh, sadie no crow.
No. Very dangerous.
Of course.
One of the silent killers.
Yeah.
Air radiation.
Yeah.
It's a lot or that not the phone at time as you see.
You are killing yourself.
Na o din komo.
Tia mu na. Munya eni na.
Da bi yenya mamu na because ye chance no asum aye ne mo. What I say? Not the phone at time as you say. Obedi komo anu afom ada de be china phone da de so. Radiation is one of the silent killers here in our country called Ghana. Ye anu ni free hono mo a sansu asemi. Ade be tia ye ho sebe producer for ni mo a. Who sent Pete? I did change Miss Midday.
Yeah, and you're from Cocosechi. Omo se pete na di pete na kwaball so no
yes ade che besi mi die because ono ni baby da onenam enti o twema bibia ba na akai na ka che de say hey na no kra no o ka so be yes ade we yo me ko kai sususu ni baby da but se nsu ni nyate a na ne refi enra ene na no asem na to no enti na me no ka say about 70% of the working population in that face is no kasay.
Baby, I want to know in Sweden for more.
Well, it looks like in Solo, baby, almost everywhere in our country. Because I don't maybe my friend fee say what is going on in so talk. My friend, some few other places in so
some few other places you're him for. Okay, I'm crying.
Oh, that be.
Who free fee? Who say what free fee? Who we now feel other places?
If you
oh, you know,
my friend, my name Papa no. And almost every so talk.
Do watch it. Oh,
some few other. My name Papa that's what I say.
Now, Papa, only a few others.
Debbie, only a few for. Me you didn't me mad here. Almost all baby fufro. I'm in person me boho no trading. I just say. I heard of so talk.
And the other few people for here.
And a few other places also yeah.
Baby girls.
Yeah, baby girls ourselves. But I mean, you would want to get reactions from various places to know exactly near Kosovo or
but Jenny mama me ko na wako fast so enra na wo ye wo start crusade bi about public accounts committee for when
very terrible
say utia JB oma me hu say enye politicians na ye corrupt o say uyi politicians to nchenya omo ye adwuma wo aban enwuma mu aban atena ye mu ministry way head of some crop
department agencies na say for omo ya crop che koku bia omo ya crop for papa
me can say bia wi ansna ma sorry but last 2 months or last month ni madam for ye from Yoko na ye ba na nyame adom okọ no ye adwuma wo ministry of gender
okay
yes na say crampo pack for ye public account committee tina nsem so
oh I see
or J loan and they call Australia kokwa ye ni PhD enti owie school oba back to Ghana yes oba be adwuma wakwa ye akoba the doctorate your degree and oba no per what he was telling me
where bia na
you can crop ye the course
because you obi no am ko PhD am ko scholarship e ko dondology
oh no
e bia na
no ye bia in fact before beba no na me ne captain kra na e won newsroom and also na am say kwaku say opa me can't sure say bra back ne be no so waje loan and ono de person be ya adwuma na wo de eboa ne manfo so ode adwempa ne akomapa e ne ba ya ti asemu yi o obedu yi omo a ne classmates and the juniors in no ya upgrade you so no so expect say obenya sa we na because say or your doctor obenya an officer ye na adwuma pepepe
ya confirm
ya of course
oh, I see.
Ama edidi ni mo still no ye na adwuma no no ate ho no mo a ohwedi osefia me na me ka say meba baka be adwuma ba me ntumi bi I cannot continue busam sadai o say fine the salary ani entwia ma no eno da nchen na kwanya ne mpanimfo bi a omutuatua sa department na no omo fa so edisika no
sample for no munye PhD krada
o say to da bi a omo nko ba bia o
yeah omo nim ba bia
omo wo fie what the office and so na ye de
sacking call for
ye de paper bi aba sign say yakoye we so they come with different pens like ink you know to be sign wa na we ya sign na ya cheska e bia 6,000 each 7,000 each and also no what do you
it's just imagine 6,000 each times it be about 50 or 60 workers 6,000 each about 60 workers
saying and moreover so obi discover baby agency be sa foreigners sa donors obi discover baby mo nko northern region mo nko ye we o mo nko o mbekwa so a chese ska na wo so mo pulishe mu no o mo nye o na o mo che so he felt said no until me continue and also come back
but make a rehearsal Bank of Ghana you are debi one way friend handshake Unim Sadia no. Your friend handshake. Handshake ne ye say governor na otisofo fro no. Say abafo fro bana so so ntumi ne nya adwuma na or retire na te say Addison. Ode na ekwa. Sa handshake no 20,000 each into every single Bank of Ghana staff account. 20,000 Ghana. Yes. Me say me te ha.
Anu den.
Me te ha me kasa asem we. Nti se mo se me boa. Come and prove me wrong. Me say eno enko book mu. 20,000 Ghana cedis. Every single staff a we adwuma our Bank of Ghana. Ye the credit ye the man the two account mu. Your friend handshake. Na new over replace no so. Also another handshake. Nti odo ye welcome no. 20,000 Ghana cedis here to every single Bank of Ghana staff be account mu. Yes ye ti wo. Ye the trust account ni mu the amount because odo so aba ye chia and your friend handshake. 20,000 Ghana cedis. It before say baako be ezete na baako be ba wura mu no 40,000 Ghana cedis each to every single member and as a staff of Bank of Ghana. Business can only free him.
Hey.
But we have Bank of Ghana for me catch some about 60 million Ghana cedis. Oh my God!
Of course. And now we am say hey, she papa mpanimfo.
Yes, omunim ade o.
Mpanimfo wo abusia wo yere eruli fie eye niema wo fie. Hwe do moto wo mo kire. Na obi over 20 something months wawu amamu nyina makwa yase akobonsa akwachia.
Yes.
Wanya the benefit of yes still. Yes, your friends validation
yeah, validate no.
Yeah, gusu chia ne ka.
They say tabo oba adwuma sisi aye wo sa automatic log no wo ha no muse ya. Oba enye antiama loss le be check o say tago ba adwuma na so wa ma adwuma. Into the tago onya duru ha no muse ya obi an hyew o perform say so pa jai. O do say so na che so wa ba adwuma. En fa ho so wo screen so na so ni screen so. Into the fa say so onya do say so a na record so wa ba adwuma. Ye nya kwabrane a ono ni din ayete say sa ni pakro na wo wu about 26 months ago no. Ye nya sa ni pakro no madam be of validating that said person. Emma ye tua ne ka from beginning. Meanwhile, many women no ekona ye ni bi ekobo sa. Ye kobo sa ho hono mo. So 26 months 2 months eka ho 26 months that is 2 years 2 months eka ho and ye tua sa kwabdane ni sika sa and you see so sika no e say menu mienu dia na ke ye ha ye ho me go ka na bia sa di pakoro ye senior staff member it is sika Boadu sika ni Boadu dia and ye pekwa be fa so validate sa ni pakoro no na sa sika na ya de ya che. And then the technocrats for no Sassi was for no sa HR for no sa chronobi or mode bon Ghana. Near Vienna politician in the Nima Babeji. The money at time no politician in the Nima Babeji because I have to
me say ye jai san crofoni nyina ye dey main focus as see politicians.
You know why? Because they make us so our agencies departments and other organizations na symphony na and you be headed by the politicians, the political appointees. And these same political appointees will not let it go because omo pedia jinti eba no mo de money ma abeje. Look at the various CEOs. Them of course who ECG. I will come and tell you later this morning. Them because ECG asem their show. Time to the core. Me no ka say ekofoni kania yinam kania omodem. Why no koka na ase machine no? Public
account for mbe yo nsi ye nya obia obeteki issue up.
Public account committee 30 years ago and yet say
they've been doing the same thing every year.
Nani mo hare no. And you didn't about TV so
every year.
Then more hard
they go and take hot tea with biscuits, they drink water at the end of the day. Your friends a per diem and
per diem
and a certain allowance.
No, per diem and certain allowance.
They take it, they go.
Omoje per diem, omoje certain allowance. The two of them go together.
And mama me abro buta say na papa bi no odedan kan no wo hefa unimdo pache special prosecutor. No, I'm just saying you know wakoda.
Because you hear the Asaka Cho say, "Oh, Papa Mobra," and it's now to baby out.
Massa.
You see the irony of life.
Yeah,
Papa Mobra.
One year you madden.
And see, oh, Papa will not be able to plant you to a certain level. And the same producer, you know them. All the politicians or some of the technocrats.
Ways they have a way of modest stealing bokrono. I don't get it.
If you're in the middle banana day, the middle banana day, and you be because of a certain system, I are compromising with that system.
Good. It's not a good thing.
There are other places where in the world obi anyone more what that job or the check you. But also so you dare not mess up with the system.
Because system no yet.
Yes. Because you say, me chewing gum or Korea, why it is at your own risk.
We are fun carrot, now they are carrot.
Me chewing gum. Why, my brother, why are you chewing? I'm chewing gum. What? Also, why are you going to dispose it? Hey,
I'll put it in my pocket.
Now, Faye. Me bro for asan. My short bro for me.
Now for me.
Me who come me first aka bro for no. And you see some of these things you think say a trivial. But there was history behind it. And yes, you adopted it wrongly. It's so wrong, so bad. And then that's funny now.